Okay, we'll go ahead and get started.
Okay. Yo, it's Jazzy Jazz, and I am so honored to have Academy Award winning and one of time's most influential people, not in the hood, not in the country, but in the world. I am talking Daniel Kaluuya and dope British rapper Kano. Hey! I'm so excited that you're joining me. This is your directorial debut. You co-wrote this amazing, powerful film called The Kitchen, streaming on Netflix January 19th. It is cinematic magic. Congratulations, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with me. So, you know what? One thing that is so dope about this film is it's set in the future, it's sci-fi, but it is so contemporary. And I think that's why it just moves you so much when you watch it because the themes are so compelling in terms of Black Americans, Black British folks, and really oppressed folks all around the world. So, Daniel, let me start with you. What was your concept and your vision behind the film?
Concept and vision was basically like a lot of me and the co-director Kipo Tavares. We sat down and we just saw that British film was very minimalist, and we wanted to make maximalist. We wanted to create a world. We wanted to use our imaginations, but we wanted to use the world, the London that we know, the specific London that we know, to tell a very universal story. And so then we did that and kind of have this future where it's familiar but it's different in order so people can escape so they can see the world that they're currently in a bit more.
Yeah, no, for real. And I think you definitely accomplished that. Like I said, very powerful, powerful film. One of the themes in the film that is so interesting is the dichotomy that a lot of us have experienced of loving the hood, being down with the hood, but trying to get out of the hood. And that's something that is reflected in the film. What inspired that?
Um, for me, I felt like a lot of films that are about the hood and working class areas, really and truly, that the lead character is pretending that he or she doesn't hate where they're from. And then they leave at the end, and then it goes, oh, wow, I've left. And you're like a better person now you've left. And I didn't like the comment that it was saying. There was something that, like, someone told me a lot of films are aesthetically progressive, but structurally conservative.
Woo!
And I feel
Powerful
like they're
word.
guns. But it's like, and I felt like with Izzy's character, why don't we just own that?
Right, right,
Own that, yo, I don't like this place. You
right,
know, go, and then you can explore how does someone that doesn't like it learn to love it. And,
right.
and I feel that's what and then that's where you can able to show the best of it essentially.
Yeah. And by the way, you could just talk to me all day. That accent, I love it. So, Kano, you play the main character. You are a beast. You not only can spit, but you got some real acting chops. What, tell me about the one thing about this character I think that makes it so riveting is the transformation. And that is so powerful in your character in many ways. What was it like playing him and how did you get to being him?
Yeah, the transformation and journey that he goes on was why I wanted to play it. It was a challenge to me. I like the slow build, I like the way where he starts off, just this guy that's just looks out for himself, really, doesn't care about anyone else in the community. You can tell by when he takes the shower and uses up all the water, doesn't
I
care.
know some people like that for real.
Way to get out of this place. And then even like after meeting Benji and still that guard up, probably knows what the right thing is to do here, but just can't do it. Plus, it's going to interrupt my plans anyway. I'm over here, just that slowly, 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 like just peeling layers off and peeling layers off, and eventually opening up to Benji. But then again has another moment. He's a flawed guy, and I grew up around flawed guys, just flawed people. You know what I mean? Whether
Right.
family members or friends and or older people. I grew up with people that were great uncles, but maybe not great fathers. You know what I mean? Not around their
Mm.
own kids, but like kind of was like great in other ways. It's just a block that some people have, and being able to like explore that and and just yeah, like talk about it and show the audience something real and something genuine, and just like he's not a perfect human being, and it was great to play, and yeah, I can't wait for people to see like where it goes.
Well, congratulations. And for those who don't know, Benji is like this young kid, and the kitchen is the hood, okay? But it's set in the future and it's sci fi. And I'm telling y'all, fam, you got to check this movie out. It is crazy. It is beautiful. I love it. I really love it. So, you grew up in East Ham, Britain, which is has one of the highest rates of child poverty in the country. So how much did your experience growing up there did you bring to this character?
Yeah, I think all of my experiences I bring to the character, to any bit of work I do just naturally. We actually shot a little bit in East Ham. The main set was in Bethnal Green, which is in East London. We some of the market scenes were shot like in East Ham, like right near where I grew up. So
Wow.
it was actually crazy. But just we're
On your
both,
birthday.
yeah, on my birthday. It was a real full circle
So
moment,
how did
man.
y'all celebrate? How did y'all celebrate the birthday of
And
Ed?
basically stood there pretending that he wasn't enjoying himself.
Yeah, yeah.
He was in
Yeah.
character.
That's a thing though. Do you know what? I'm just switching subject. Pretending you're not enjoying yourself in that roller disco scene. I was so pissed that I couldn't fully like get involved and enjoy it because it was a party. Like it wasn't no fake thing. It was a party. But my character had to be this angry face moaning.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So did
Brilliant acting.
did you surprise him? Did you surprise him on his birthday or?
No, we gave him a little, we gave him a gift. We sung him a song. He was embarrassed.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
in his
yeah.
area that he grew up in. It was
It
actually right. It was actually a moment, isn't it?
was a
It
moment.
was
It
a
was a
moment.
moment.
Yeah.
I
But
love
yeah,
it. Isn't
and
it? I want to talk like that.
most of
It's a
the cast are
moment.
from
It's a
like
moment, isn't it? It's a moment.
yeah.
So the other thing that I think I really want to, I love this accent. Like I'm so excited about it, so excited about it. But anyway, the other thing is in the movie, there's a lot of violence. The police assaults on the community are palpable. And that's something that we can relate to over here for real, even, obviously now. What inspired you to make that choice?
Just what I've seen. I mean, like growing up in the area that I grew up in, like seeing kids being stopped and searched. Like the kids, what's happening?
Yeah,
Like, and so like, and or people being beat up. Everyone had a story.
yeah,
Everyone had an experience. And but we're like kids. Like, why do we all have stories? Why do we all have experiences? And it was kind of way to dramatize that reality. Do you know what I mean? And that kind of, and you don't know where they come from because you don't know when it's going to come. It just
right,
happens. And people ask why it's happening, and you don't know why it
right.
happens. And it's like a way that it was like a pressure and a tension. And it's a way that you kind of can understand Izzy's position of him going, I want to leave. You know what I mean? Because that's a human reaction to what's happening. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And but people pretend that like everyone there is like, no, we need to fight back. Not everyone's like that.
yeah, facts,
I mean, some
facts.
people want to leave. Some people want to leave, and that's okay.
Yeah,
Do you understand? And it's so it's a way and making them and only really focusing on the police's face by the end of it when they decided to. I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, but the people have made a decision was intentional too, and I think it's just tracking that kind of the randomness of attack, the kind of unexplainable nature of it, and making sure that it
absolutely.
reflected how it felt, not just intellectualizing it, because intellectualizing it doesn't make it to stop. It doesn't.
Hmm.
We all know
Yes,
why, but it doesn't. It
facts.
still happens, doesn't it? So it was just about exploring that and seeing how it challenges the idea of community and why people want to leave.
Facts. Well, you really do bring that emotional power. It's gripping. You can feel it when you watch the film. So, really, congratulations on that. Now, you grew up in a council estate, which over here we call the projects, fam. It's so amazing how much there are similarities between British Black folks and American Black folks. Like, we are one and the same, isn't it? Isn't it? But, and you didn't really know your father until you were around 15. And the father-son relationship in this film is so palpable and such an important theme throughout the movie, and it is played out in such an enthralling way. Did you bring a lot of your own personal experiences to bring that to us in like I said, this cinematic magic? That's what I call it.
No, really. I feel like if I made it personal, it wouldn't be able to be accessible. Do you know what I'm saying? And be a representation of the story that a lot of people feel across the world of communities where they break down the men and the men don't feel find it hard to be present. And
Right.
do you know what I'm saying? And so like I said, like the Jediah, Benji's character comes across Izzy. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not something I've experienced. Do you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's that's what I wanted, but I wanted elements of it. It was the story for like it was like an aggregate of the stories of all the boys that I grew up with.
Hmm.
And like there weren't one dad in my block, just
Right.
to be real. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like so it's like everyone was going through something similar and in terms of a different level of absentee. Do you know what I'm saying? And then it was like, how do I represent all of them? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And that's what this narrative explores through Izzy and through Benji.
Yeah, and the acting is phenomenal. How did you find the actors like the 12-year-old who plays Benji, Jediah? He kills it. He kills the role.
Right.
So how did you
Mate,
find the actors?
so his auntie told him to audition. They heard about the audition. They were done audition. They gave a tape, and he was the best person. You know what I mean? And then you meet Jediah. He's got such charisma, such joy, such life to him. But in the scenes, and especially with bonding with Izzy and Kane, he has emotional depth. You know what I mean? Like a deep, deep, deep soul to him, and
Yes.
he just brings it to the fore. He's very blessed to find Jediah.
Yeah, he's like a young kid with an old soul, you know, and like I said, I think you do a really good job in telling so many stories through these characters. So kudos for that. Now, you know, the other thing that didn't go away in the future were smash and grabbers. And I've been trying to hook up with some because I want some discounted Louis, but you know, these are the folks that roll into the stores and, you know, grab everything and run out. What motivated you to include that in the film?
It was basically the starting point of the film. It was basically me hearing a story about these guys doing £1 million heists in a minute from a barber shop, and then I was like, I want to watch that film. And I feel like we have this kind of like, oh, we shouldn't show black characters doing bad things, and but like white characters do whatever they want. You know what I mean? And like it's about basically, but for me, it was like, what were they doing it for? You know what I mean? With Staples, the leader of the crew, is him being righteous, essentially. Do you know what I'm saying? And him being like having a real just reason for doing that, and that then he was doing basically the right thing in the wrong way. Do you know what I'm saying? And so then you can understand where he's coming from. Do you know what I mean? Because different people have different reactions. You know what I'm saying? But if people sometimes say to me, why these guys are doing it, or I don't know, why when you bomb a country do you retaliate?
Right, right.
He just treats his area the way anyone would treat their nation.
Word.
Yeah. So it's that thing where like it made me what we needed was depth and grounding in reason. So I think it wasn't senseless, and he just like no, I'm fighting for mine. You know what I mean? And so that's where it came from.
You know, and I think that is so important because you humanize people and you
Yes.
humanize the smash and grabbers, right? You know, and like, and y'all, if, call me discounted Louis, but no, but but you no, but for real, I think that's so important that you humanize characters and people that we know of in real life, but many people don't understand the motivations. And you brought that in the film. You really, really did. And I'm seeing you know, this is, do you think that this is a beginning of a trend of British Black actors and directors and writers like yourselves? And both of you can answer this, bringing the reality of Black Britain and Black folks in the country to a broader audience.
The British black identity in the grand scheme of identity is pretty new. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like this form of it. Do you know what I'm saying? It started really from the Windrush generation that came through post World War II or during World War II, and like so it's basically like of course we are my mum wasn't born in England. Kane's mum wasn't born in England. So we're like the children of that, and we want to say stuff. And so we're saying stuff. You mean like any culture, and I think we're like defining and telling the stories and parables of our culture, and we want to keep doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? But also connecting the whole diaspora. Do you know what I mean? Because we are representative of that. Do you know what I mean? That's the honest truth. It's like I work a lot in America. I love my peoples out here. Do you know what I mean? So it's that thing where like it's the fact that like how can we connect the dots? You know what I mean? And show that we are alike and we are akin. You know what I mean? And make more stories like that.
Yeah, and I'll say, regardless of the subject matter and whatever story is being told, it I hope that actors that are up and coming or doing their thing now get to come to the set like I got to come to the other day. You know what I mean? While we was filming this, and have like Daniel and Kidway, and just look at the whole cast and the crew, and just look at the kitchen, look at the market. I felt so comfortable on set and represented as well, and so would my people, you know what I mean, and my family come to watch the film and they feel that way as well. So I hope that we see more of it, because that's how it should be.
No, absolutely. And y'all did say it. You said it. Y'all did the damn thing. And if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen, right?
Hello, Jazz. Hello, Jazz. Now, man,
Well,
see
listen,
Louis.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a real honor and a pleasure.
All right, Jazz.
How
See
did
you
I
later.
do?
It was all right. Does that mean
Oh, yeah.
6.8?
Okay. Congratulations again. Again, The Kitchen. It is streaming on Netflix January 19th. Fam, don't miss it. You will love this film. I promise you. Thanks again. Mwah.
Thank you, man. Have a blessed day.
Another
Yeah?
Academy Award on the way. I feel it.
Appreciate you. I received that.
Thanks, guys.
See you
Thank you,
later.
Jasmine. We'll be in
Thank
touch.
you, honey. Bye.
And leave, yeah?